Let's start. So, what does the verdict do? What does the verdict do? The verdict gives. Okay, the verdict
The
gives
verdict is
the writer's overall
the verdict
conclusion
gives the writers overall conviction
and recommendation regarding who the product
and recommendation
or event
regarding
might be
who the
suitable
product
for.
or event
Might be suitable for.
might be suitable for.
Very good. Okay, one moment. Okay, here we go. Which kind
Yeah,
of story is more likely to have some basis in historical fact, a legend or a myth? Which kind of story is more likely to have some basis in historical fact, a legend or a myth? A legend is a
a legend
story
is a story
which is more likely
which is more
to
likely
have some basis
to have some
in
basis
historical facts.
in historical fact.
Greg, what do I mean if I say the farm wagon trundled along the road? What do I mean if I say the farm wagon trundled along the road? If you say
If you
the
say
farm wagon trundled
the farm wagon tremble
along the road, you mean
along the road,
the
you
farm
mean
wagon moved
the
noisily
farm wagon move
in
noisily
a heavy and slow
in
manner.
a heavy and slow manner.
Very good. What do we call a circular arrangement of leaves or flowers that we can use to commemorate a victory or death? For example, what do we call a circular arrangement of leaves or flowers that we can use to commemorate a victory or death, for example? We call a circular
We call
arrangement
a circular
of
arrangement
leaves or flowers
of leaves on the flowers
that we can use to
that we
commemorate
can use to
a
commemorate
victory or death,
a victory
a
or
wreath.
death, a race,
Very good.
a race.
If the world were to run out of oil deposits, do you think it would spell disaster around the globe? If the world were to run out of oil deposits, do you think it would spell disaster around the globe? Yes or no?
Yes,
If the world were to
if
run
the
out
road
of oil deposits,
were to run out or deposit,
I think it would spell disaster around the
I think
globe.
it would spend a disaster around
The globe.
the globe.
Where what do we mean by a spell of bad luck? What do we mean by a spell of bad luck? By a spell of
By
bad
a
luck,
spell of bad luck,
we mean a brief
we
period
mean a
of bad
brief
luck.
period of bad luck.
Very good. Okay, what's a heat wave? What's a heat wave? A heat wave is a
A heat
spell
wave is a spell
of exceptionally hot weather.
of exceptionally hot weather.
Very good. Okay, next. If I gave you a stock market tip that meant you stood to gain a lot of money, would you follow my advice? If I gave you a stock market tip that meant you stood to gain a lot of money, would you follow my advice? Yes or no?
No,
If you gave me
if you
a
gave
stock
me
market tip
a stock market tip
that meant I stood to
that
gain
meant I stood to
a lot of
gain
money,
a lot of
I
money,
wouldn't follow your
I
advice.
wouldn't follow all your advice.
Very good. Give me some other examples of stand to. Give me some other examples of stand to, please. You must be crazy to
You
gamble
must be
like
crazy
that.
to gamble
You
like that.
stand to lose
You stand to
everything you've
lose
got
everything you got
as the only child
as the only
of a
child
wealthy
of
businessman.
a wealthy
He
businessman.
stands to
I stand to
inherit a fortune.
inherit a fortune.
Very good. If you were a shipwreck on a desert island, do you reckon you'd be able to build a raft and escape? If you were shipwrecked on a desert island, do you reckon you'd be able to build a raft and escape? Yes or no?
No,
If I were shipwrecked
if I was shipwrecked
on a desert island,
on a desert
I
island,
reckon I
I
wouldn't be
reckon
able
I wouldn't be
to
able
build a raft and
to
escape.
build the rock
Is
and escape.
very good. Is it possible to wade across a very deep river? Is it possible to wade across a very deep river? No, it isn't possible
No,
to
it
wade
isn't possible
across a
to
very
wave
deep
across
river.
a very deep river
Very good. Why not? Why not? Because to wade across,
because
your
to
feet
wave across
need
your
to be
feet
able to touch
need to be able to
the
touch
bottom of the river.
the bottom of river.
Very good. What does the verb grapple mean? What does the verb grapple mean? The verb grapple
The verb
means
grab
to
means
hold something
to
firmly
hold something firmly
and struggle with it.
and struggle with it.
Very good. Give me an example. Give me an example, please. The policeman grappled.
The policeman grabbed
Well, the policeman grappled
the policeman
with the
grabbed
criminal
with a
on
criminal
the balcony.
on the balcony.
Very good. Is it hard for the new manager of a football club to live up to fans' expectations if his predecessor was very successful? Is it hard for the new manager of a football club to live up to fans' expectations if his predecessor was very successful? Yes, it's hard
Yes,
for
it's
the new
hard
manager
for the new manager
of a football club
of a
to live up
football club
to
to live up
fans' expectations
to fan expectation
if his predecessor
if his
predecessor
predecessor
was very successful.
was very successful
Very good. Give me an example of the expression first and foremost. Give me an example of the expression first and foremost, please. In the past,
in the
the
past.
practice of
The
pickling fruit
practice
and vegetables
of pickling fruits and
was first
vegetables
and foremost.
was fast
In
form
order,
fast
first and foremost,
and foremost
in order to preserve
in order to preserve
the food for as
the
long as
food
possible.
was long as possible.
Very good. When heavy black clouds build up across the sky, is it reasonable to assume that a downpour is in store? When heavy black clouds build up across the sky, is it reasonable to assume a downpour is in store? Yes. When
Yes,
heavy black clouds
when heavy black cloud
build up across the
built
sky,
up across the sky,
it's reasonable to
it's
assume
reasonable to
a
assume
downpour is in store.
a downpour is in store.
Very good. Give me a sentence with the word presently. Give me a sentence with the word presently, please. The ceremony will
The
commence
ceremony, the
presently
command, presently,
once all the principal
once
guests
all the principal guest
has have arrived.
has arrived.
Very good. What happens to somebody who's caught betraying their country? What happens to somebody who's caught betraying their country? Somebody who's caught
Somebody who's caught
betraying
betray
their
between
country
the country
is imprisoned
is imprisoned
or perhaps
or
even
perhaps
executed.
even excused.
Very good. Okay. Name an animal that waddles when it walks. Name an animal that waddles when it walks. The name of an
The
animal
name
that
of an
waddles
animal
when it walks
that waddles
is a
when it
penguin.
walks is a penguin.
Very good. Have you ever spent a whole day without uttering a single word to anyone? Have you ever spent a whole day without uttering a single word to anyone? Yes or no?
No,
I have never spent
I have never
a
spent
whole day without
a whole day
uttering,
without
uttering,
uttering,
uttering
uttering,
a single word
uttering
to
a
anyone.
single word to anyone.
Very good. Is there anybody in the world that you feel utter contempt for? Is there anybody in the world that you feel utter contempt for? Yes or no? There
Yes,
is somebody in the
there is
world
somebody in the world
that I feel
that I fear
utter contempt for.
utter
Well, who?
contempt
Who?
for who Putin.
Putin. Very good. Okay. Describe a canoe. Describe a canoe, please. A canoe is a
A
narrow,
canoe
open boat
is a narrow open board
designed for one or two people,
designed one or two people,
which we move by paddling.
which we move by paddling.
Very good. Okay, what am I doing? What am I doing? You're jabbing your hand
You are jabbing your
with
hands
the point of your pen.
with the point of your pen.
Very good. What do I mean if I say the doctor gave me a job? What do I mean if I say the doctor gave me a job? If you say the doctor
If you
gave me a
say
job,
the doctor
you mean the
gave me a
doctor
job,
gave you
you
an
mean
injection.
The doctor give you an injection.
Very good. What does the verb dangle mean? What does the verb dangle mean? The verb dangle means
The verb
to
dangle
hang or
means
swing
to
loosely
hang
or
or swing
limply.
loosely or limply.
Very good. Give me an example. Give me an example, please. After the climbing accident,
After the climbing
I was left
accident,
dangling
I was left
on
dangling
the rope for more
on the
than an
rope
hour
for more than an hour
before I was rescued.
before I was rescued.
Very good. If a pile of plates is too high, what's likely to happen? If a pile of plates is too high, what's likely to happen? If a pile of
If a
plates
pile
is
of
too
plates
high,
is too
it's
high,
likely to topple over
is likely to likely to topple over,
and the plates will smash.
and the
Plates
plate
will
will smash.
very good. What do we use? When do we use the expression that's that? When do we use the expression that's that? We use the expression
We use the
that's
expression
that
that
to
that
convey that a conversation,
to convey that a
situation, or
conversation,
process is definitely
situation,
finished.
or process is definitely finished.
Very good. Give me some examples. Give me some examples, please. You cannot watch TV till your
You
homework is
cannot watch
done,
TV
and that's that.
till your homework is
The
done,
police know
and that's that.
you stole the car,
The
so
police
that's
know
that.
you stole the car. That's that.
Very good. I have just to knock in one last nail,
I have just to knock
and that's
in
that.
one last nail, and that's that.
Very good, Shin. Okay, so that's the end of Newark. Okay, so please get your book
Mhm.
and let's answer
Yes,
page 1000. Open to page 1200.
yes,
Okay, let's answer word pool for revision exercise. Okay, so for each
yes,
sentence below, choose the word that fits correctly in the gap.
yes.
Okay, so number one.
Number one, there's no need to hurry. The meetings not until 3 p.m., so we've got ample time.
Very good. Ample time.
Number two, some flowers are actually edible and can be used in salad to and both color and flavor.
Very good.
Number three, how can you say it's a competition judge wasn't
Biased.
biased
Hmm.
towards the winner, i.e. it was her daughter.
Very good.
Okay, number four, the weather forecast for the match is finally green. Let's stay in and watch it on TV instead.
Very good.
Number five, in the dream, I suddenly realized I was naked. And of course, I felt incredibly embarrassed.
Very good. Okay, number six.
Okay, number six, walking in a team with others was hard to get used to after his more
Solitary.
solitary life as a writer.
Very good.
Next, the vegetables are fine, but they are slightly bland.
Bland.
So I'm going to add just a little salt.
Very good.
Number eight, most of the bird species discovered on the island are now extinct, but some still survive there.
Very good.
Next,
Number nine.
all the good bars are on the street that runs parallel to the one where our hotel is located.
Very good.
Number 10, after 10 years of conflict, the countries are finally talking as diplomatic relations have been restored.
Very good. Diplomatic. Very good. Okay, 11.
Yes, I like this restaurant. The soft light and antique furniture, elegant atmosphere.
Very good. Elegant. Number 12.
Number 12, he may be perfect, harmless, but he looks so sinister that people find it hard to trust him.
Very good. Sinister. Very good. 13.
13, winning such a massive contract would be a sensational result for a small company like ours.
Very good. Sensational.
Number 14, she's not at all flexible. I don't think she could even bend down and touch her
Toes.
toes.
Very good. Okay, last one. 15.
No, that's wrong. I've been looking after a soil in my garden, and it's far more
Mm-hmm.
now
Fertile.
that fertile now than it used to be.
Very good. Okay, perfect answer. Okay, so that's the end of
Okay.
stage 12. Let's move on to stage 11, quick stage revision. Okay,
Yes.
so let's start 11 QSR. Okay, one moment. Let me just take note of that. Okay, so let's
Okay.
start. Here we go. Do you
Yes.
often bump into a friend of yours when you're walking around town? Do you often bump into friends of yours when you're walking around town? Yes or no?
Yes.
I often bump into friends of
I often
mine
bump
when I'm walking
into some
around
vine
town.
when I'm walking around town.
Well, again, what's a photo album? What's a photo album? A photo album is
A
a
photo
folder
album
or book
is a photo
containing
or a book
photographs.
containing photographs.
Well, do you personally find online shopping a more and more attractive option these days? Do you personally find online shopping a more and more attractive option these days? Yes or no?
Yes,
I personally find
I
online
personally
shopping
find
a more
online
and more
shopping
attractive
a
option
more and
these
more
days.
attractive option these days.
Very good. Are you positive you shut your door properly when you left home today? Are you positive you shut your door properly when you left home today? Yes or no?
Yes,
I'm positive I shut my door
I'm
properly
positive.
when
I
I
shut
left
my
home
door
today.
properly when I left home today.
Very good. What are the three forms of quit? What are the three forms of quit? The three forms of quit
The
are
three
quit,
forms
quit,
of
quit.
quit are quit, quit, quit.
Very good. What's the opposite of nice? What's the opposite of nice? The opposite of nice
The opposite
is
of
nasty.
nice is nasty.
Very good. Do you like spicy food? Do you like spicy food? Yes or no? I
Yes,
like spicy
I
food.
like spicy food.
What's a beast? What's a beast? A beast is
A
a
beast
large and
is a
dangerous
large
animal,
and dangerous
such
animal,
as a gorilla.
such as a gorilla.
Very good. What part of the box is this? What part of the box is this? It's the inside
It's inside
of the box.
of the box.
Very good. Okay, next. What's your least favorite household chore? What's your least favorite household chore? My least favorite
My least
household chore
favorite
is
household chore is なんだ
well,
ろう。
cleaning the toilet,
My
washing the
desk.
dishes. Huh? Cleaning your
Uh,
desk?
the-
Which one?
yes,
Cleaning your desk. Very good. Me too.
cleaning your desk.
Let's okay. What do you feel like doing this evening? What do you feel like doing this evening? I feel like
I feel like I feel like
what do you like?
drinking beer
This evening. Very good.
this
Okay.
evening.
What do we call the final section of an essay? What do we call the final
Yes,
section of an essay? We call the final
we call
section of
the
an
final
essay
section
the
of
conclusion.
our essay a conclusion.
Which region of your country is best known for its gorgeous landscape? Which region of your country is best known for its gorgeous landscape?
Mm, mm,
No,
mm.
which part of your country is best known for very nice nature, very nice landscape?
Ah, Kyoto
Is the region of
is
my
a
country
region of my
which
country
is best known
which is best
for its
known
gorgeous
for
landscape.
its gorgeous landscape.
Wait, do you prefer to travel by land, by sea, or by air? Do you prefer to travel by land, by sea, or by air? I prefer to travel
I prefer to
by
travel by land.
what do you use sacks for? What do we use sacks for? We use sacks.
We use
for
sacks
transporting and
for
storing
transporting
things
and storing
like
things
vegetables, especially
like
potatoes.
vegetables, especially potato.
Very good. What do we call the mark left on our skin after a wound has healed? What do we call the mark left on our skin after a wound has healed? We call the mark left
We
on
call the
our
mark
skin
red
after a
on our
wound has
skin
healed a scar.
after a wound has here
A scar. Very good. If you won
a
20,
scar.
if you won 20 million pounds in the lottery, how much would you donate to charity? If you won 20 million pounds in the lottery, how much would you donate to charity? If I won 20
If I
million
won
pounds in a
20 million
lottery,
pounds in a
I
lottery,
donate
I donate mm, mm, mm,
like
10, 10, 10,
10 million,
10 million
half of it, 10
pounds
million pounds to charity.
pounds to charity.
Very generous. Okay. Why is a terrorist called a terrorist? Why is a terrorist called a terrorist? A terrorist is
A
called a
terrorist is
terrorist
called a
because
terrorist.
he tries
He must be try
to create terror
to create terror
among the innocent citizens
among the innocent
citizens of a country.
citizens of a country.
Very good. What do we call a baby cat? What do we call a baby cat? We call a baby cat
We call a
a
baby
kitten.
cat a kitten.
Very good. How does the doctor obtain a small sample of blood from a patient? How does a doctor obtain a small sample of blood from a patient? A doctor obtains a
A
small
doctor
sample of
obtain
blood from a
a small
patient
sample
by
of
pricking
blood
the
from
end
a patient
of the patient's
by
finger
pricking the end
with a
of the
needle.
patient's fingers with a needle.
Very good. What do we mean by folk music? What do we mean by folk music? By folk music,
By
we
folk
mean
music,
the traditional
we
music
mean the traditional
of a
music
particular community.
of a particular community.
Very good. Do you always keep a pen handy in case you need one? Do you always keep a pen handy in case you need one? Yes or no?
No,
I don't always keep
I
a
don't
pen
always
handy
keep
in case I need one.
the pen handy in case I need one.
Very good. What are the two other common names we can use instead of pullover? What are two other common names we can use instead of pullover? Two other common names
Two other
we can
common
use
names
instead of
we can use
pullover
instead of
are sweater
pullover,
and
a
jumper.
sweater, and jumper.
Do you enjoy listening to and reading gossips? Do you enjoy listening to and reading gossips? Yes or no? I
Yes,
enjoy
I
listening to
enjoy
and
listening
reading
to
gossips.
and reading gossips.
Wait, do professional ballet dancers need very high levels of skills? Okay, but we stop there for today.